Hi everyone, I'm going to continue this amazing series of the famous Oriental Rabbanim here on the 8th of Tevet. This week it's going to be the Hilula of a great rabbi from Morocco, Rabbi Machluf Abuchatzeira. We've just done Hilula only a few days ago with regards to the Baba Sadi Rabbi Yisrael Abuchatzeira. 2 weeks ago it was of the Abi Yaakov, famous Abi Yaakov, around approximately 2 weeks ago. That was Rabbi Yaakov Abuchatzeira. Also another relative, Rabbi Machluf Abuchatzeira. He was actually born, I believe there's differing opinions, I've got to double check, either in the year 1894 or 1889. He was actually born in, and he passed away in the English year 1980, precisely on January the 25th, naturally the 8th of Tevet. And it's interesting, his father, he would become a great rabbi in Marrakech, and very, very prominent rabbi, a famous Diane also over there. He was actually born in an area in Morocco called Tafilalat in Morocco. His father was also a great rabbi, Rabbi Eliyahu Abuchatzeira, who was actually the son of Rabbi Aaron Abuchatzeira, who was naturally the son of Rabbi Yaakov Abuchatzeira also. So already came from a phenomenal family rabbinic heritage. Just to start off everything. And Morocco at that point in time had a very, very great Torah structure, very great yeshiva structure over there also. And he was learning. He learned a lot of Torah in his youth, especially from Chacham Masud Amsalem, and also from Rabbi Masud Atzraf also. From a young age, he was known for his sharpness. He was very, very sharp within regards to Torah, diligent, and was a huge, huge Talmid Chacham. Even when he was 10 years old, he began to learn Gemara with his father's cousin, the famous Baba Sali, Rabbi Yisrael Abuchatzeira, where was his Hilula just recently on the 4th of Shvat, just recently. So, very, very interesting. Just to add a correction from before, his Hilula here is on the 8th of Shvat, not the 8th of Tevet. Chacham Machluf. So just to add that correction also. Okay. What's interesting was he studied also with his uncles, also Rabbi Shmuel Abuchatzeira also, and Chacham Shalom Abuchatzeira also. The Abuchatzeira family as a whole were very, very great in Torah. Many, many great Rabbanim from them, and studied for them for a long, long time. And what's interesting, after that, he spent many, many years actually learning with Rabbi Yahya Adhan also, who was also his father's cousin. So many of the relatives were teaching for each other. And later on, he would actually learn with Rabbi Yitzchak Abuchatzeira also. And very, very interesting. He was very, very, very great, learning a lot of Torah, as I stated before. And it was around the year 1917. There was problems with the French, I believe, in Morocco at that point in time, and it wasn't easy to learn. Life was not so comfortable at that point in time, and then they gathered to learn under the study, the auspices of Rabbi Moshe Achurman, or it can be pronounced, or Aturjaman, also it could be pronounced in. And then later stage, in the year 1920, the English year 1920, his father and the family actually moved to an area called Erefot. Erefot, I believe, was it was actually near the area of Tafilat. So he didn't go really so far, but his father over there served as a rabbi, and he was like the main rabbi there, over there. And in the year around the year 1926, his father passed away. And then later on, Chacham Machluf would actually take his place, which was a huge, huge prominent position in Morocco, inside this specific area also. And then later on, he actually, in around the year 1944, he was appointed a rabbi in an area called the Bnei Melal, which was also in the near towns of Bozad, and also Kasbah Tadla also, which I believe very much was in the Great Moroccan territories also. And he helped nurturing many of the rabbis over there. And in the year 1958, he was appointed the deputy head of the High Court of Morocco in Casablanca, which was a huge, huge position over there. Casablanca, once again, also that place had a phenomenal great Torah community also. But that was a short-term position, and then later was appointed the head of the court, the Abedin of Marrakech, also another great region of of Morocco, where there was a flourishing Torah community, and he took over the place of Rabbi Mordechai Korkos, who was also a great rabbi over there. He had a good relationship with very, very much. I've got to point out, I've been talking about in many, many of the videos, how a lot of these great rabbanim had great relationships with the royal families of their respective countries, respectively. But what's interesting also is that Chacham Machluf had good terms with the Moroccan royal family also, which very much is in line with many of the Sephardi countries, especially in Turkey and other places. There was a very, very good relationship between the main rabbi and the heads. There was people who come to them for advice. People were mesmerized by them also. He was also one of the founders of the Council of Rabbis of Morocco, and participated in a lot of their meetings. But later on, in the year 1966, this would be around approximately, I think, about 7 or 8 years after he was appointed Av Bet Din of Marrakesh, a very prominent position. Eventually, he would move to Israel, to Jerusalem, Yerushalayim Shel Zahav. And he lived in the German colony, a prosperous place in Jerusalem at the moment, and the Rehavia neighborhood in Jerusalem. And later on, he would actually move to Ashdod, where he would be serving as the rabbi of the Abi Yaakov community over there. Abi Yaakov also was the name of Rabbi Yaakov Abuchatzeira, also another one of his, someone in his family lineage. And there was troubleships in his life also that took place. And I believe it was after the death of his grandson, Avner, while he was just a child at a very young age. He learned a lot, spent a lot of time learning Torah, and passed away on the 8th of Shvat in Ashdod, and was buried actually in the Har HaZeitim, also in the Jewish cemetery in Jerusalem also. So now let's look into his descendants. He had, obviously, being from a lot of great Torah heritage, he actually left a lot of great descendants. For example, he had one of his sons was Rabbi Yosef Abuchatzeira, who became a rabbi and a Diyan in Fez, and the rabbi of Yavne later on. The Yavne, obviously, from another prominent Torah community also there. Also, his grandson would be Rabbi David, who would later on also serve as a rabbi in Yavne also. What's interesting is that I think in total he had 3 sons and 6 daughters, which must be pointed out also. It's one thing also is interesting. He had a grandson called Amram, I believe, Amram Abuchatzeira, who also became a school director and a deputy head of a Kiryat Malachi council also. So prominent positions, not just within regards to rabbinic end, but also within regards to a governmental end also. And Rabbi Yisrael Abuchatzeira so he had many descendants also. Many great descendants also. And he also wrote many books also. A lot of publishing works he was very, very much great into. Let's look at the different books that he wrote, including the Yafeh Sha'ah. That was one prominent book also. And he had, just to give you the greatness of this specific book, there was Haskamot inside this book of the Yafeh Sha'ah from several great rabbanim, Yitzchak Nisim, also Chacham Obad Yosef, Shlomo Goran, who was also chief rabbi of Israel, one sage, Meir Vakin, who I did a video on, Chacham Yosef Mashash, Eliezer Yehuda Wildenberg, and also Yitzchak Chazan also, which is very interesting also. There was other works that he wrote, also the Ma'ayin Yavo, which was on the Tariach Mitzvot and different Ramazot on the Milah of the word Bereshit, the Kihilat Yaakov, which is based on the Tanakh, Torah Nevi'im Aktuvim, and Michlal Yofi, which is also Mamrei al Chazal. Also, so much can be said about the great rabbi, the Abuchatzeira family as a whole was all part of the great rabbis of Jewish history, especially from the last few hundred years, especially from Morocco, which had a great Torah community over there. I'll name some of his great students also, just as students he had itself, is, you can you won't find so much finer set of students, including Rav Shimon Biton, who became the Rav Ha'ir of Bet Shemesh also, which is a place that I, in the old Bet Shemesh, which I live in Bet Shemesh at the moment, so it's very dear to me. And also Rabbi Yechieh ben Harosh also, who was also became a prominent rabbi in another area also. So it's going to be the Hilula here on the 8th of Shvat of Machluf Abuchatzeira. It was just the Hilula of the Baba Sali only 4 days ago on the 4th of Shvat, and also of the Rabbi Yaakov Abuchatzeira we had only 2.5 weeks ago. So please, everyone, watch over the previous videos. I've done already about 135 videos on the Great Rabbi, so please like, share to everyone. Please drop a comment also whenever you want. And if you're a relative of one of these Great Rabbanim, please email me, share me more insights and everything else. It's just a brief overview. There's much more great stories which I don't include. I haven't been able to relate over about many of these great Rabbanim. So many stories. Just a short tidbit of the greatness of these rabbis. So I'm wishing you all a fantastic day, and just blessings here from Israel. Take care.